Welcome, this is Chuck Schaefer, and today I'm joined by Umberto Milletti, the CEO and founder of InsideView. Welcome, Umberto, and good to see you again. Thanks for joining me.
Thank you for having me, Chuck. It's a pleasure.
Umberto, I'd like to start our conversation with a little bit of context. Can you help me understand the InsideView target market and value proposition for that target market?
Sure, happy to. We help B2B companies, and specifically we help them generate more revenue. And how we do that is by helping them bring customer insight into the revenue process. For the marketer, that means effective targeting, figure out which companies they should be targeting with what messages, or it might be doing a better job of enriching the incoming lead flow so they can more effectively identify the great leads and send them to the right people. For the sales organization, it's about showing them information about the people and the companies they're currently engaged with, what is happening to those people, what is happening to those companies, how they relate to the people and companies, so they can just do a better job of selling to them, of helping them, of understanding their business, so they can position themselves not just as product or service people, but really as a trusted advisor who understands the customer's business. And then lastly, it's for the account management and customer success organization to be able to monitor the existing customers, understand where the opportunities might be and what the risks might be based on changes on the customer side that are happening at any given time.
Okay. Let me focus on the sales side of that equation for the moment. What are the top-cited sales benefits that sales adopters of InsideView are reporting?
Yeah, we've actually done studies. We've done statistically significant analysis of A/B populations, A using InsideView, B not using InsideView within the same company, and we find that there are a number of benefits, and the percentages change on a company-by-company basis, but a lot of the studies show that people who use InsideView have a better ability to convert opportunities into wins. So their win rate tends to go up, but the deal size tends to go up as well as how senior the sell into the organization tends to be at a higher level when using InsideView. And that makes sense because our users are more able to understand the business issues that the customer is experiencing and relates to their needs, and that drives more of a business decision, which tends to be at a more senior level. It tends to be more strategic. It tends to be usually a bigger investment versus traditionally they might have been more tactically focused and hence doing smaller deals with less senior people. Being connected to the business needs also tends to increase one's likelihood of winning the business because you're now differentiating not just on your product capabilities, on your service capabilities, but now you're differentiating by showing that you better understand the customer's business and creating more confidence that they're going to be able to work with you towards success.
Umberto, one benefit that you didn't mention, which is a long-standing salesperson and sales management problem, is giving salespeople more time to actually do selling. CSO Insights reports that most salespeople spend about 30% of their actual available time selling to customers. How can using InsideView give salespeople more time to do actual selling?
That's a great question. So my view is salespeople are ultimately information workers. Their job is to understand the customer's needs and connect them to the offering that the salesperson is bringing to market. So we take a lot of friction out of that process by eliminating all the manual research component, the going to the website, going to LinkedIn, going to the news, going to Facebook, and instead bringing all the information into the workflow, making it available at the opportunity level, at the account level. So the salesperson doesn't have to go find information anymore. They're not wasting their time with the manual process of discovery, but is purely looking at the existing information, looking at what's available, tailored to them based on their role, their geography, their company they work in, and then their time becomes much more efficient because they're just analyzing the information and understanding what's relevant as opposed to spending hours and hours collecting information, which is what we see people having to do if they're not using a product like InsideView.
Okay, let me transition over to the marketing side of the value proposition. You mentioned several marketing benefits. but specifically, how does InsideView help marketers acquire more leads for the top of the funnel or increase lead conversions or things of that nature?
Sure. In a number of different ways, actually. So I'll walk you through some examples. One example, a lot of marketers today are moving to an inbound marketing model. So they're trying to get people to come to them, leads to flow in to their website or to an event or some other type of activity. The challenge that they find is oftentimes they have limited information about all those leads. And so they're not able to effectively score and route a lot of the leads because they lack the minimum information. And if they start asking too many questions out of a lead, their conversion rate goes down substantially. So we have a lead enrichment product that allows them, purely based on some very simple information like an email address, we in real time bring all the additional information the marketer needs to be able to route and score. And maybe it's geography, industry, revenue, number of employees, key decision maker titles, so that they can do a much more effective job of converting those inbound leads, which usually have a lot of volume but low conversion rates, into a much higher conversion rate. I was just hearing about a customer last week who went from a 20% conversion to opportunity for their inbound traffic up to 40% just by this enrichment process. We also help them go outbound targeting, and what we are hearing from marketers is that getting response rates out of outbound messaging has become more and more difficult. And the way we help them do micro-targeting, where they can say, I'm interested in targeting CFOs that have joined technology companies in the last 30 days, where the company has raised capital in the last 12 months and has launched a new product. So they can get really, really specific and find a very specific and targeted set of people, so they can deliver a very targeted message. And then lastly, we also help them cleaning their existing database. We find that marketers' databases have accrued lots of inaccurate information over time that decays at about 25% a year. And so the ability to maintain that in real time so you can do effective segmentation and targeting of our existing customer base is another way that we help customers with InsideView for marketing.
Umberto, I think we're seeing a confluence in the marketplace of products like InsideView, along with data append services, or sometimes called data enrichment services, and even social listening or social monitoring tools. How do you think the market is evolving?
I think it's evolving to a need for a unified platform. And I see that on the automation side as I do on the information side. On the automation side, what I'm seeing is what used to be separate systems. You would have email marketing over here, sales automation over here, service automation over here. They're becoming connected into one platform where the view of the customer is unified and is allowing you the same view of the customer to inform your marketing activities, your sales activities, and your customer success activities. That view of the market, though, and that view of the customer is limited to whatever information you have collected in your automation system, which is usually limited and out of date. And so in our side of the world, in the information side of the world, I see the same need for a unified view of the customer that brings in all the external information and is up to date in real time. And the same view informs your marketing campaigns, your sales activities, your customer management activities. It's important for it to be unified because otherwise sales, marketing, and account management start working at odds with each other because they're operating on different beliefs on what this customer is all about and how big they are and where the headquarters are. Lots of information that, if it's not consistent and uniform, will create issues within the company itself.
Well, thank you for that, and I think with that insight, we're at a good break point to conclude our conversation. This is Chuck Schaefer. I've been joined by Umberto Milletti, CEO and founder of InsideView. Umberto, I think your thoughts and comments and conversational points were very helpful. Thank you for joining me today.
Great. It was a real pleasure. Thank you for your time.